to the following presentation of the National Football League. And now, your five-time defending AFC East champion, Buffalo Bills.
On the Baltimore sideline, a look at head coach John Harbaugh. His team fired up and ready for this one. On the other side, Sean McDermott, now in his 9th season as the head man in Buffalo. It's been a wild opening weekend to this point. Who knows what is in store tonight? As off we go for the Sunday night opener. So the Ravens will come out. They are led by the man who's won the MVP twice and was the runner-up a season ago. Hard to believe it is year 8 for Lamar Jackson as the Ravens quarterback.
Mike, as I think back to opening day over my years of playing in the NFL, it didn't matter if I was a rookie or going into my 14th season. I think every player goes into that game with just a little bit of extra nerves. New season, new opportunity. And I still do this at a high level. And, man, you get through that first game, and it feels like you can finally take a deep breath and let the season unfold. It's going to be a lot of nerves in this one here today, but the team that settles down the fastest and just gets back to playing ball, they're going to have a big advantage coming away with a big win today.
Design run here with Jackson. And nothing doing there. Only back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be an early 3rd down coming up.
The truth is, Mike, they just aren't getting the push they need up front. This defense has been a motivated group these last couple plays, and now for the 2nd straight time, they failed to even get back to the original line of scrimmage.
3rd and long for Jackson. That's caught. Derrick Henry. And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the 1st down marker.
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the 1st down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks, and now they got a 4th down decision to make.
Getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere. The Bills offense heading out, and they are led by the MVP of the National Football League, 29-year-old quarterback Josh Allen in the prime of his career.
Mike, isn't there just something different about week 1 of the NFL season? I mean, after months of anticipation, debate, speculation, it all gets settled on the field. New coaches, new teams, rookies playing their first time. Man, it's just an exciting time of year, and I'm pumped to be calling it alongside you.
He'll try again here, 2nd and 10. Play fake. Here's Allen. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose. And it's going to force 3rd down.
And 10.
319.
That's Palmer, the man in motion. To the air on 3rd down. Here's Allen. And he'll be stopped short of the 1st down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's 4th down.
I think in this field position, Mike, when 4th and short, I think you got to go for it. I think there's at least a conversation going on the sideline about whether you keep your offense on the field or send out your punt unit.
They'll try it now with Cook. Some hitting going on now. He was rocked right at the line of scrimmage.
Result of the play.
You know, Mike, I'm all for being aggressive. There are definitely times where you have to go for it on your side of the field. I'm just not sure if at this point in the game, this was one of them.
The Ravens offense ready now for their 2nd drive. They'll start with a short field, looking for the first points of this contest. And they'll begin 1st and 10. On play action, here's Jackson. And that is caught on the right sideline, but it's out of bounds, says the official who was right there. Not the most accurate pass. It's incomplete, and it's 2nd down. Off the play fake, Jackson. He'll get it into the hands of Zay Flowers. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
A gain of 13 yards. 1st down, Baltimore. On
the option, they give it to Henry. I don't think I was going too far either way. Defense right on it. They hold him to no gain.
No gain on the play. Brings up second and 10 at the Bills' 32-yard line.
Play action now. Jackson. He's got his tight end, Mark Andrews. And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They've got it inside the 15. First catch for him on this new season. And it results in a first down.
What a luxury that certain teams, when they have a guy like this, I mean, not only is he the big target, but then to have that size and speed to run away from these linebackers and do so much of his damage after the catch.
And he's able to fight through one tackle here, pick up about 3. Second down coming up.
Brings up second down.
Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. Flush to his right. That is hot. What a job to keep the play alive. Zay Flowers. Touchdown, Ravens.
But you think back to their first possession of this game, Mike, it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their second possession.
No problem there on the extra point. And the Ravens have their first lead of the new year. They're up 7-0 here in the season opener. Nothing is our score as this kick is sent into the air. On the return, it's Ty Johnson. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. So, Greg, here are the Bills. What a year last year. 13-4, beat the Broncos and the Ravens in the playoffs. But once again, ran into Kansas City in the AFC Championship game. Anything that we can say is that one thing to get them to the big game this time?
Well, I mean, we'd probably start with they need Patrick Mahomes to retire. And, you know, but in all seriousness, Mike, I think when you look at Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills, it's one of those things where they just happen to exist in a generationally great team in the Kansas City Chiefs and one of the greatest players we've seen in the last 25 years at quarterback in Patrick Mahomes. So they just need, as hard as it is, they just need to continue to chip away. Just continue to go. They can't make Kansas City the boogeyman because all of a sudden now that starts to get into your head. Continue to win the division, continue to get home playoff games, and if they keep knocking at the door, eventually they're going to get over that hump because Josh Allen and this roster, they are a Super Bowl contending team. They just got to find a way to get over the hump in the game that matters.
3rd and 7. From the gun, Josh Allen. This one broken up. It's incomplete. Good job separating the receiver from the ball, and it is 4th down. The Bills bringing on their punting unit. This one fielded out beyond the 25. So on come the Ravens, and Greg, what a story again last year, 12-5, 13-4 the year before that. Regular season, they have been as good as almost anyone in the NFL, but It's the story if you're living in the AFC. Get over that hump, whether it's Buffalo or Kansas City. It's hard to get to the big game on this side of the draw.
Oh, there's no question. And I think if you're Baltimore and you're Buffalo and you look around, you say, man, we should have a couple Super Bowl titles. If we were living in a non-Patrick Mahomes, Andy Reid era, maybe teams would look at us a little bit different than they do, but they just need to continue to stay the course. Lamar Jackson, one of the best players, regardless of position, in the entire league, multiple-time MVP winner, so they have a Super Bowl roster. Let's not make no mistake about it. They need to just continue to hold serve in the regular season, continue to play for division titles, get as many home playoff games as possible. So when the money's on the line and trips to Super Bowl on the line, they need these games to come through Baltimore.
First catch for him on this new season, and it results in a first down. This is Henry, and he's not going to get away. They're going to bring him down on the other side of midfield.
These negative runs, they just make everything for the play caller that much more difficult, Mike. So they've got to find a way to be more efficient on these early downs, meaning first and second down, because if not, you find yourself the entire game in third and pass, and that's what every single defense in the league is trying to do.
And they'll take this down inside the 35. First catch for him on this new season, and it results in a first down. Pistol give to Henry. And he'll be out of bounds. That's a nice gain, though, on first down. A pickup of 7. Ball on the 27. Here's second and 3.
Brings up second and 3.
Gonna go right back to Henry. And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
No gain on the play. And it's third down.
Third and short. Jackson. He's got his man. Right side. It's complete. Tough running there in the red zone. He did not want to go down. And he picks up the first down. It'll be first and goal.
I know, I'm biased. But listen, you can't convince me, Mike, that there's a better option on the field, especially when you got a guy like this that on third down or critical moments, that's where the ball needs to go. The size, the speed, the matchup problems that he creates. If I was in a critical situation, there is no doubt where I'm going with that. A loss was definitely not something they had accounted or budgeted for in this spot. And now, I think it really limits what do you feel comfortable dialing up here on second and goal.
Jackson now on second down.
Great job in coverage here. Nowhere for the quarterback to go with the ball. He decides to tuck it and turn it to a runner. They get to him quickly. Picks up a couple yards, but not enough now. Brings up third down.
A nice drive. This is the 9th play coming up, and they cash it in on third and goal. They'll try and run, and here's Henry. And this defense standing tall in the red zone. They stop him for no gain, and now it's fourth and goal.
A bit of a curious call there, Mike, on third and goal from this far out. You thought they would have turned to their passing game. They tried to catch the defense sleeping and keep it on the ground. Great job by the defense being ready for everything. Not only do they stop him, they take him back for a loss.
His kick is good. And the Ravens will extend to a 10-0 lead.
Yeah, he does a nice job handling that kick there, but I think offensively, you come back to the sideline and you're thinking, we have to find a way to finish these drives. I mean, to be in first and goal and settle for 3, that can be very deflating for an offense settling for too many field goals.
On the return, this is Strong, and he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. So now here comes the Buffalo offense heading back out onto the field, and nothing has come from these first 2 drives. Got a turnover on downs, followed by a punt last time they had it. On the ground, it's Cook to start this drive. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
There's very few defenses in today's NFL, Mike, that you can play the cornerback position and be unwilling to tackle. Those days are kind of over, so give credit to this guy. I mean, he identified run, he understood his leverage and gap fit, and he's able to bring him down for no gain.
Joshua Palmer was the intended receiver. Now it's going to be third down.
9 yards to go.
From the gun, it's Allen. To the left side, it's caught by Shakir. And he is out of bounds, but not until he's inside the 40-yard line.
That's good for a Buffalo Bills.
Allen going to give it to Cook. He is met and dropped. A couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage, too.
Well, has been the case this entire first half. It's been the defense that's really carried the load for this team. Some offensive struggles, but they've done more than their part, coming through again with another big stop for a loss.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up second and long. It's second down and 12. Allen now off the bootleg. To the middle of the field. Caught by Shakir. And he will get into the end zone. Khalil Shakir. Touchdown, Bills. For Josh Allen, the reigning MVP of the NFL. First touchdown pass of this 2025 season. What a job to finish the play with a touchdown. The catch and carry, and the carry part, Greg, that was the most impressive there.
Well, you said it, Mike. The catch was nice, but it's what can you do after the catch that really separates guys in this league. And in this case, he did plenty because it ended up in a touchdown.
Makes the score. Ravens 10, Bills 7.
Following the touchdown, pass is back to kick it off. Dejounte Wester now to return it. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. The Ravens offense back onto the field for their next possession. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground with Henry. And he shows off those strong legs running through one tackle. Give him a gain of 8.
I think every running back's dream is that he's going to run through a wide open hole and have breakaway touchdowns, but that's not necessarily the case very often in the NFL. So the backs that are the best are the ones that can get more yardage than maybe what's blocked for. And I think this is a nice physical gain here that they can continue to build off of as the game unfolds.
From the 34 now, it's 1st and 10.
First down, Baltimore.
We'll go again here with Henry. And this defense not fooled by the option. They stick with the running back and they get him down for no gain.
Great job here by the defense, making sure that they have one defender responsible for the running back and one responsible for the quarterback. In this case, they decide to give it to the back. He's taken down for a loss.
Jackson out of the pistol. The pressure gets there and he goes down. A sack that should be the final play of this first quarter. Daquan Jones. He's got his first sack of the season here early in week 1. So 1 quarter in the books on our first Sunday night telecast of the year. It's the Ravens out front, and EA Sports NFL Sunday returns after this. Raven football, quarter number Two begins as they face a difficult 3rd and 12. From the shotgun, here's Jackson. A throw right side is intercepted. Picked off by Christian Benford. And he is going to bring this one back. A DB's dream. A pick 6 for touchdown. So 3rd and long, trying to pick up a 1st down to keep the drive going. Instead, the worst result. It goes back the other way, Greg, and the defense scores with a pick 6.
Mike, sometimes there's a fine line between being aggressive and being reckless. And I think you find yourself in 3rd and long, you're trying to make a play, and sometimes you just press a little too far, and it leads to the turnover, and it's it.
His kick is good. Bills are on top. It's 14. Following the touchdown, is back to kick it off. Here comes a return from the 3. They'll get this up past the 20. That's where they'll set up shop. So here's the Baltimore offense getting set for their next drive. Greg, when you step back and look at this AFC North, Baltimore and Pittsburgh, their rivalry now really for a couple of decades has in so many ways defined the division, and they set the tone for everything that happens when you are in an AFC North game.
And you talk about divisions having identities, they have their culture. Really at the top, Baltimore and Pittsburgh kind of want to play a similar style game, strong on defense, great run game. Obviously, Baltimore adds the extra element with Lamar Jackson. To me, the fascinating team, though, is what kind of jump can we expect, Mike, from the Cincinnati Bengals?
I agree with you, because if you think about the toughness and the physicality, Cincinnati can put up points in an electrifying fashion, and even the one year Cleveland was up near the top of the division, they did that as well. But you come back to that defensive side of the ball, and when I look at these teams, Greg, I just think, man, these are defenses that can stop anybody in the league, and that's where you've got to invest in this division.
Yeah, I think that's what's so fascinating about Cincinnati is they're kind of the outlier. They're the pass heavy, they're the spread attack, they've got unbelievable weapons on the outside. Obviously Joe Burrow, quarterback, but it was the defense, and you said it, their inability to be as good on the defensive side of the ball as Baltimore, as Pittsburgh, traditionally, but especially last year, is really what allowed them to be the odd man looking in when they missed the playoffs. So I think if Cincinnati can just improve a little bit on defense, they have the offense to now enter and make it a 3-man race in the AFC North.
And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
And the pistol, Jackson ready. That's caught right side. It's Hopkins. And they'll take this down inside the 35. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. From the gun, Jackson. A pass pulled in by Henry. That keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards. From the 25, here's 2nd down and 3. Here's Henry. He's taken down just shy of the 10. It's a pickup of 13 yards. Good for a Raven 1st down.
And we're starting to see the fruits of their labor paying off here. I mean, they've used this run game to throw a bunch of body blows throughout the entire contest. And while some of the carries didn't result in much at the time, it's clear they're starting to take its toll on this defense.
On 1st and 10, Jackson. That's to the tight end, Charlie Kolar.
A bit of a quick hitter here. What you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short game.
And not much there. Good defense. held to no gain.
Taken down behind the line of
And they've
scrimmage.
really done a nice job defensively holding them in check. I mean, ideally, you'd want your back to average around 4 yards a pop, but they're falling short of that threshold as of now, and partially it's why they find themselves trailing at this stage in the game.
On third down, here's Mitchell. He's looking for room on the edge, but could not find any. They track him down behind the line, and it's fourth down.
The key to a good zone read offense is the timing, and in this case, it took a little bit longer to get going. By the time the back was given the ball, the defense was through. They're able to take him down on third down for a big loss.
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Ravens are back within a point. It's 14-13.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone, and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Johnson now to return. He'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The Bills offense and the wideout getting set to go once more. Greg, this AFC East, a division that really has been dominated by the Bills. 5 straight division titles. It's hard to see who can knock them off that perch right now.
Yeah, and I think until someone decides that that's going to change, I think you just have to assume that Buffalo remains the king of the East. And I think when you look at the bottom of the division with the Jets and New England, they're clearly in a rebuild with quarterbacks, with coaching staff, trying to kind of get themselves out of the bottom of the division. Miami seems to me, I don't know if they're ready to compete necessarily with Buffalo directly, but Miami is a playoff caliber roster, a playoff caliber team. They've showed it in years past. So if anybody's ready to compete, I think it's Miami. I just don't know, Mike, if they are ready top to bottom over the length of the season to get enough wins to keep pace with a team as good as Buffalo.
And 2 new coaches at the bottom of the standings last year, the Jets and the Patriots. And Greg, both guys who played for a long time in the league and bring a certain amount of toughness to the top of the organizations.
Oh, absolutely, and it was very clear exactly what New York and New England were looking for. They wanted culture setters, right? It wasn't about getting the fancy play caller. It wasn't about the X's and O's. They needed to establish an identity and a culture of excellence and of winning. So no question, Mike, there was a very clear mission, a clear path to landing on Vrabel and Aaron Glenn, and they think they have their guy for the long term.
That is going to be hauled in. He's got it. A little Shakir. Touchdown, Buffalo. What a start to the year. His second touchdown in this opening half.
This is when you're very fortunate as an offensive play caller, Mike, that you not only have the speed on the outside, but you got the big arm behind center, because it doesn't get real fancy. If you can hold up in the protection, you're saying run as fast and as far as you can. I'm going to throw it as far as I can, and when you connect, it is a thing of beauty, and in this case, it results in a touchdown.
Following the touchdown, pass is back to kick it off. Lester now to return it. Get across the 20, mark him at the 22-yard line. The Ravens offense ready to come back out for this next possession. You know, Greg, early on, it's always new faces in different places. Off-season movement, what caught your eye?
I think there's so many good ones, right? You talk about Stephon Diggs. He ends up in New England, and Cooper Kupp now. He's moving on to Seattle from the Rams, but I think it's the guy the Rams signed to replace him, Davante Adams. I know he's not the youngest anymore, but watching him play in New York with Aaron Rodgers last year with the Jets, he can still run, he can still make every catch, he can still go up and compete at the high point. I think you put Davante Adams with Matthew Stafford, Puka Nacua, in that offense run by Sean McVay. I think that's a sneaky, maybe not a sneaky because he's a really household name, but I think that's a great signing
And always interesting from the offseason, the quarterback movement and unique ties. Some of the biggest names were or now are Seattle Seahawks.
Yeah, now the guy that is going to line up behind center for Seattle, Mike, is Sam Darnold. And, of course, we all saw that incredible season he had last year in Minnesota with Kevin O'Connell and Justin Jefferson and that really dynamic Vikings offense. So now he goes to Seattle. I think he's going to have an inspired Cooper Kupp. He was let go from the Rams. If he's healthy, he's a big weapon. Jackson Smith and Jigba. He has some pieces in that puzzle that he can push the ball downfield to. So I'm excited to see Sam. That's what everyone thought he was going to be coming out of college when he was a high draft pick of the New York Jets.
Again, right up the middle to Henry. And he's able to force his way through one man, but he can only muster about a yard on that play. Second down.
Nice job by the running back making the first guy miss, but it's the pursuit by the entire defense. Even though he doesn't get him down on his first try, the rest of his guys are all rallying to the ball, and they bring him down for a short gain.
And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a first down. Pistol formation with Jackson. Forced out left. And he can't hang on through the contact. Incomplete. Good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. It'll bring up second down. Lamar going to work from the pistol. Throw here down the field. Will fall. Incomplete.
It's been a bit of a pedestrian game for this quarterback and ultimately this passing game here today, Mike. And I know they all would have loved to connect on that deep throw. I think that stat sheet would have looked a whole lot different, but just a little off in their execution and leads to an incompletion.
10 yards on the scramble there. And he picks up the first down.
It's a gain of 10. First down, Baltimore.
This is an element that defensively you always have to be ready to defend. You can't just accept that it's a pass and be so consumed with the receivers downfield. You have to account for the quarterback as a scrambler. You can see why, as he's able to get out of the pocket and pick up the first down.
Here's 2nd and 6.
Gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
To throw is Jackson. That's to the end zone, but it's incomplete. DeAndre Hopkins was the intended target for that one. And it's going to be third down.
And 6 yards to go.
Jackson looking to throw. That is incomplete. Great work to get in there, make things difficult defensively. It sets up fourth down. Tyler Luke now to try the field goal. This about as short as you can get.
6-yard attempt.
3 for 3 in the game, as this one is also good. Now we'll get a stoppage here for an injured Bill. He'll get himself looked at, but this is not how you want to begin a new campaign. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. On the return, this is strong. And he'll bring it out to the 22-yard line. That's where the offense will take the field. The Bills offense and their big play wideout getting set for their next possession. Now, Greg, as we get the season going, obviously the adjustment to last year's new kickoff rules in place. We talked to a lot of coaches during the year. Folks didn't seem to... That is intercepted. Picked off by Nate Wiggins. And he's going to give his guys a short field to work with and a chance to take the lead.
You know, Mike, anytime a team can go nickel or dime and come off the field with an interception, I just am constantly reminded of the importance of defensive back depth when you're building an NFL roster. I mean, think back. This is not the old NFL base 3-4, base 4-3. Offenses are going to roll out 2, 3, 4 high-level wide receivers at you in this pass-first modern era. If you can't roll out 5 DBs and all of them hold their own and be trusted to hold up, you are going to struggle defending these pass-first modern offenses.
Here's 2nd and 2.
A gain of 7 brings up 2nd down.
They'll work straight ahead with Henry. And he is stopped in his tracks. Loss of a couple on the play.
The offense thinks that they can just kind of plow this one up there in the middle and keep the chains moving, but not on this defense. Not only do they not pick up the first down, but after suffering that loss, now they've got some decisions to make on 3rd down.
Here now, 3rd and 5. Now Jackson. That one, take it in. Jay Flowers. Touchdown, Baltimore. That's his 2nd touchdown so far here in the first half. And that is number 2. Greg, he is off to some kind of start to this one. 2 quarters and 2 receiving touchdowns.
Mike, this is one of those situations where as a defensive coordinator, you've got to give your group an answer, because right now, they don't have one for this guy.
Now to try here for the point after. The kick is good, and the Ravens will up it to a 2-point lead.
Bills 21.
Here's Stout after the touchdown to send this one away. Johnson now to return. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The Bills offense ready for this next possession. You know, Greg, you start to think about, okay, who are the teams that didn't make the playoffs last year that have a chance this year? If it happens over here, we just have to identify who they are. Who are a couple top of mind for you as we start 2025?
You know, as I start in the AFC, I think the Cincinnati Bengals, and you got to think the way their season ended last year, they rattle off 5 wins straight, really on the back of Joe Burrow. We could have made the argument that they're a playoff team, that Joe Burrow was the best player in the league. I mean, he was incredible. Most weeks, Mike, he single-handedly carried that offense. Now, new defensive coordinator in Al Golden coming from the college ranks. Can he just make that defense in Cincinnati average? Because if they just play a little bit better with that high-profile offense, I think they're a team. They may not win the division with Baltimore, but they're going to be close and maybe at least get one of those wild card spots.
Why don't you flip it over? Who are the guys you're watching in the NFC?
You know, I think Dallas is going to find themselves, just the fact that I know the division is difficult. Obviously, Philadelphia remains really strong. Does Washington kind of regress a little bit back now in year 2? They were the high-profile, big splash team of last year. Do they regress to the median? Time will tell. But I think healthy Dallas, healthy Dak, healthy Micah Parsons, that roster that we saw play last year is not the roster on paper that we expected to see. So I think Dallas has a chance. I think San Francisco always is going to be a team, again, dealt with their own injuries last year with McCaffrey and all the stuff on defense. So I think San Francisco and Dallas are 2 perennial teams we expect to be in the playoff hunt. They missed out last year. I wouldn't be shocked to see them back in it again this year.
Again, it's Allen to the end. And he's going to be taken down as we hit the 2-minute warning here in this first half. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10.
319!
Throw once more. Here's Allen. And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away. And that'll set up 2nd down.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
And the back judge throws the flag. He looks at the ball, looks at the clock. Clock says 0. That's a delay of game. To throw again, it's Allen. They'll set up the screen to Cook. They come to the line needing 11 here on third down.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up
One more time going up top with Allen. That one too far out in front. It is incomplete.
Little miscommunication there. Now brings up third down. It just doesn't appear that the quarterback and the wide receiver are on the same page on that last pass.
Here's Jake Bailey now. He's on for the second time. He'll try to get something inside the 10. And a pretty good result there. That's out of bounds right at the 10-yard line. Derrick Henry heading out along with the rest of this Ravens offense. They'll have a long field ahead of them as they start 1st and 10. On the handoff, it's Henry. And somehow he's going to get a yard out of this. Fought through that first contact. It'll bring up second down.
Brings up second down.
Jackson. That'll be taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. That is incomplete. Throw took him out of bounds, and it will be third down. Now it's Jackson. This one just too far for the receiver, out in front of him. That one falls incomplete. Zay Flowers, the intended receiver. And that's going to lead to a fourth down. Here's Jordan Stout now, as he'll take this a yard or two into his own end zone. A fair catch called for and taken out beyond the 45-yard line. The Bills offense going to take over here in the final minute of this first half. They'll begin with terrific starting field position. It gets going with 1st and 10. 3 tight ends in the game to start the drive. On first down, it's Allen. This one broken up. It's incomplete. The defender right there with him. It brings up second down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
319.
From the shotgun, it's Allen. That's complete to Moore on the right side. The tackle's going to be made down at the 40-yard line. The Bills going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 30-second mark of this first half. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. In motion, Shakir. On 1st and 10, it's Allen. And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away. And that'll set up second down.
They just have to be more creative with their route concepts, Mike. I mean, there's nobody open, nowhere to go with the ball, and quarterback's just forced to throw that one away.
Throwing again is Allen. He'll find his running back, Cook. And he's got about 5 on this one before he's out of bounds. And they're set up a little bit better for third down. Throwing again, it's Allen. He's got his man, right side, it's complete. Now a timeout, Buffalo. They're second, as they'll stop at the 17 seconds to go in half number 1. To the air once more is Allen. The Bills going to use their final timeout here, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in half number 1. Here comes 2nd and 4.
At the Ravens' 12-yard line.
In motion goes Likely. Allen to throw again. I had a defender draped all over him. Incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a third down.
Third down and
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it. But I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
Ready?
On third down, it's Allen. Short, complete to Likely. And he's into the end zone. Isaiah Likely. Touchdown, Bills.
You hear coaches, you hear commentators, everybody talks about that middle four, Mike, the final 2 minutes of the second quarter and the first 2 minutes of the third quarter. Here they are now. They go down and they steal a late touchdown to end the half. Remember, they're going to get the ball first coming out of the break.
Here's Bass now for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Bills will up the lead to 5. Final seconds of this first half. Looks like they'll take a lead into the locker room as the kick's away. And no chance to return this one. Through the end zone for a touchback. From the 35, it's 1st and 10. Here's Jackson. Now, deep ball for Bateman. That's going to wind up incomplete. Not much time remaining. Time for one more snap here in this first half.
leads to 2nd and 10.
Second down, Jackson. He's going to look downfield once again. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play here in this first half.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone. Scott Hansen here on the 5th Floor Studios. A little abridged version of the halftime report here, as both defensive coordinators might be having speaks with their players. That begs the question, can any defense get a stop in the second half? To find out, let's go back out to the stadium and join our commentary team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Scott, thanks. Probably A tough halftime for the defensive coordinators, trying to do something to slow down these offenses. What a show they put on in the first half. First half played out a bit as we expected. We'll see if there's a surprise coming up. Both teams set to go, and the second half is underway. And he will get cut down short, shy of the 20-yard line. The Bills offense ready to get going again. They'll have it first in this third quarter. The lead is 5 as they're going to start with this first down. From the gun, it's Allen. He's got Likely over the middle. And mark him down up beyond the 30. Line of scrimmage is the 31 as they line up first and 10.
First and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Out of the gun, here's Allen. He'll find Shakir open right side. Ball on the 39. Here's second and a yard.
Second down.
Design run here for Allen. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment, and keeps this to a modest gain at best.
Third and 2. Now Allen. Taking off. He'll try to get there.
That's good for a Buffalo Bills. First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
These are the plays that are just crushing for a defense. Here you are, you think you're about to make a big stop, force fourth down, and get the football back. But instead, you let the quarterback get loose. He picks up the first down with his legs, and now you got to defend a fresh set of downs.
They'll throw on first down with Allen. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
I don't think this lead is insurmountable by any means, Mike, but they're going to have to find a way to take advantage of some of these possessions as they try to close this game out.
Second and 10. Allen going to make the read and hold on here. And he'll get down and avoid the hit. Gain about 7, setting up third down.
And these are body blows on any defense. This quarterback has the ability to make guys miss and do a lot of damage in the run game. And that's a nice pickup there.
Allen on third down. Open man, right side. He's got it. And he will have the first down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
That's another Buffalo Bills.
This has been a really impressive drive, Mike, really from the start. And this is something defenses want to force offenses to do. Methodically work their way down the field. But they've been highly efficient. And now they get another first down.
And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
When you look throughout this game, Mike, I don't think there's even debate. This defensive line has clearly won the battle at the line of scrimmage over this offensive line. And for an offense that wants the run game to be such a critical element to its plan, they've got to do a better job because there's nowhere to run, there's no holes for the back to find, and all these zero or negative runs are putting them in some really bad spots.
On third down, it's Josh Allen. That's deep for the back of the end zone. That one incomplete. Coverage outstanding there. Able to jar the ball free in a big spot. And now it is fourth down.
I think as the offense comes to the sideline now, the quarterback and his wide receivers need to get together and say, hey, guys, what are you seeing out there? How can we find some open targets? Because on that last down, there was nowhere to go with the ball.
And he missed it. It's no good. And this will remain a 5-point game.
And this is the danger of trying these long field goals. Remember, Mike, if you miss, the other team gets the ball at the spot of the kick. So it's going to end up setting them up for great field position as they start this next drive.
The Ravens offense trotting back out for their first involvement of this second half. The deficit is 5, so they'll try to put a drive together here, and they'll begin it with 1st and 10. On the give, here's Henry. And the strength on display, rattling through tacklers for a gain of 8 yards.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
And that'll give him a 1st down. Tackle made after the pickup of 3.
It's a gain of 3. And the Raven 1st down.
On play action, here's Jackson. This one complete to Bateman. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. A 19-yard pickup there. 1st down, Baltimore.
Ravens.
They'll run it with Henry. Open space inside the 10. And they finally get him down, but not before he brings it to the 4-yard line. That is a gain of 20. And what a chance now. 1st and goal coming up.
Sometimes all it takes is that one key block to spring this back. He's just so good in open space. And, man, that was a heck of a run, and it sets up 1st and goal.
Henry. And he's going to be stopped just short of the goal line. Couldn't reach that ball across. Setting up 2nd and goal. Again, it'll be Henry. A 2nd effort, and he is in. Derrick Henry. Touchdown, Ravens. A lot of big bodies down there, but at the end of the day, the one that mattered, the one with the ball, finds the end zone for the touchdown.
Yeah, once that back gets the ball, Mike, he's just looking for a little crack of daylight, and he's thinking, I'm going to run into it and just hope I come out the other side. And in this case, the other side's the end zone, and they get 6.
They'll try to throw here with Jackson. Flush to his left. And that is incomplete. 2-point conversion attempt winds up being unsuccessful.
All right, so ultimately, it's a successful play. That's a win for the defense. But that was very close, Mike, to being a 4-point swing. So instead of the offense securing 2 points on that try, if he's able to secure that interception and take it the other way, he would have gotten 2 points for the defense.
Here's Stout after the touchdown to send this one away. On the return, this is Strong. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. So now here comes the Buffalo offense heading back out onto the field. The deficit is 1 as they'll search now for that go-ahead score. To throw on 1st and 10, Allen. That one incomplete. Try again. It's 2nd and 10.
It's now 2nd and 10 at the 30-yard line.
On the carry, it's Cook. Crazy. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. A gain there of 15. Good for a Bills 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Nice job by them getting the back to the perimeter. Then he's able to get outside, stick his foot in the ground, and then get vertical. Right down the numbers. Those are the type of runs this offense wants to see more of going forward.
1st and 10, and it's Allen. And that one's not fooling anyone. They were on that screen from the start, and a loss of yards on the play. Here's a 2nd and 12. In motion, Shakir. Allen now on 2nd down. Oh, nice open field tackle there. He could not get free. They're going to stop him for no gain.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started. Well, when you call a screenplay, of course, you're looking to catch the defense off guard and pick up a chunk play. You're not thinking you're actually going to find yourself going backwards, but that's exactly the case here, and really nice job by the defense sniffing that one out.
The Bills bringing on the punt team. That is taken at the 10. And a nice return there. The offense not going to be backed up as much as they could have. Drive's going to start from beyond the 20. Derrick Henry heading out along with the rest of this Ravens offense. And you have to imagine the defense is saying, how do we stop this guy? He has run roughshod through him to this point in the 3rd quarter. On 1st down, they'll start the drive with Henry. And he'll get forward for a couple. It's 2nd down. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. He'll get himself looked at, but this is not how you want to begin a new campaign. 2nd down and 8. Jackson looking to throw. Try to set up the screen to Mitchell. And that's going to be a 1st down. A pickup of 9.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself on your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
I don't think that was going too far either way. Defense right on it. They hold him to no gain.
This ball carrier just didn't want to go down. This defense, they had to throw everything they had at him, Mike. He just kept fighting and fighting. But finally, when they were able to get him on the ground, they were able to do it for a loss.
Oh, he's hit around the line, and the ball is out. One of his teammates is there to pick it up.
And they should consider themselves lucky. You can't let a pass rusher through that quickly and not expect there to be consequences. Fortunately, they're at least able to fall on it and prevent this from being a complete disaster.
That's catch number 5 tonight, and it's good for a 1st down.
19 yards. And a Raven 1st down.
It just seems like whenever they need a big play on 3rd down, you can almost guarantee that he's someone they're going to try to get the ball to, and certainly easy to see why. Clutch play by everyone involved and keeps the offense on the field.
And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
The tackle by T.J. Sanders.
Well, on the back of the previous play, Mike, we saw him have some success through the air. They tried to change it up with a draw, but the defense wasn't having any of it. Didn't sell out for the pass. They're able to stop that one for a loss.
That is left side and caught by Flowers. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. He'll get himself looked at, but this is not how you want to begin a new campaign. This is 3rd and 6. In the shotgun, here's Jackson. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
We're starting to see a lot of this on third down, Mike, where they're going to rely on the run after catch to pick up these third down conversions. You know what that depends on? You have to actually complete the ball, and in this case, it falls incomplete, brings up fourth down.
That one hit inside the 10, but it bounces forward into the end zone. Bring it back out to the 20-yard line. The Bills offense ready to take over possession of the football. They'll do so with 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Cook. And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up 2nd down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd down at the 27-yard line.
From the gun, here is Allen. Toward the middle of the field that time, but incomplete. He was trying to get that one to Isaiah Likely. And 3rd down coming up. The tight end Kincaid in motion. They'll throw here on 3rd and short yardage. And he's going to get awfully close to the 1st down marker, but appears just to be a few inches short.
And it seems like he just cut that route a little too short. He's got to get more depth on the initial stem, and that way he makes sure when he catches the ball, it's beyond the sticks.
Now the return, and he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The Ravens offense ready to get back to work. Their lead is just a point as they begin it on this drive with 1st and 10. They'll run. It's Henry. He'll push forward for about a yard. Matt Milano there to stop him. From the 35, here's 2nd and 9. Lamar going to work from the pistol. A quick slash to Flowers. And they'll work this close to a 1st down, maybe just a tad short.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and inches.
Don't need much. It is 3rd and inches. They'll try and run for this with Henry. And he's not going to get the 1st down. They met him, brought him down in the backfield on 3rd and short. Now, following the run, one of the offensive linemen leading the way is a bit shaken up. He'll get himself looked at, but this is not how you want to begin a new campaign. Ravens sending the punt team out there. He's on to punt it for the 4th time tonight. A fair catch taken here, and it's going to come right at the 15-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
Moore going in motion. Now Allen on 1st down. And that is caught on the right sideline, but it's out of bounds, says the official who was right there. Not the most accurate pass. It's incomplete, and it's 2nd down. We'll go play action here with Allen. And nice work after the catch. He stopped a little short of the first down marker, but it is a pickup of 9. Here we go. 3rd and a yard. They'll go with the sneak. And he's going to be brought down right on that yellow line with the official signal. He's got enough for the first down.
I don't want to take anything away from the quarterback here, Mike. He did a nice job picking up that first down. But this play is won or lost by the big guys up front. They're the ones who need to get off the snap on time, get leverage on the defender, and create the space needed for the quarterback to pick up the first down.
Open man is Shakir, and that's complete. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8. Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd and 1. From the gun, throw here for Allen. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose, and it's going to force 3rd down. He'll try and run here with Cook. Oh, the defense meets him in the backfield. They stopped him dead in his tracks and set up 4th down.
Well, this seems pretty straightforward. 3rd and 1, just dial up a run play and run straight downhill. But this defense had other plans. They were ready and expecting that run, and they're able to take the ball carrier down for a loss.
So it's 4th down. They'll call on the punt team. They'll be forced to punt, trailing here in the 4th quarter. And not much doing there. They made sure he would not get free. The Ravens offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. They'll begin with 1st and 10. Pistol formation with Jackson.
Well, we've seen time and time again just how dangerous this quarterback can be, Mike, when he decides to tuck it and take off. So that is a great job defensively to rally to the football and hold him to just a short game.
Here's a 2nd and 6. And the pistol, Jackson ready. That's caught right side. It's Hopkins. And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield. Sensational stats in this one, and now that pass gets him over 300 yards on the evening. 1st and 10. They'll try to burn some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. 13 more on that play, and quickly another 1st down.
Baltimore.
And this running game has really been rolling, Mike, all game long. The holes, the run lanes, they've been there consistently. Here's another nice run as they look to put this game away.
And this time they are ready for it. Thrown for a loss, and it's 2nd down.
At this stage in the 4th quarter, great job by the defense, understanding exactly what the offense is trying to do. They're trying to bleed the clock, shorten the game. They completely sold out to stop the run, able to take them down for a loss.
Jackson now on 2nd down, forced out wide. Off he goes. And he'll be very close to a 1st down. Won't quite have enough, but now a much more advantageous spot. This crowd into it now as we get to 3rd down. They'll let the fullback try to push the pot. He will have a Ravens 1st down. They're able to convert, albeit not by much, but they get it on 3rd and a yard.
And a Raven 1st down.
And defensively, these are the opportunities, Mike, at this stage in the game you just can't miss. It's a close game. 4th quarter, you find yourself trailing. You've got to be able to come up in that spot and force a stop. Instead, now the offense can drain even more time off the clock with a fresh set of downs.
Now they are in business. inside the 15-yard line. On the move at the 14-yard line, it's 1st and 10. From the gun, Jackson. And he'll get into the end zone. Lamar Jackson. Touchdown, Baltimore. Greg, they did everything they wanted to do on that drive, and now a chance to really make it an important lead.
Mike, with that touchdown there, they're an extra point conversion from extending this lead to a 2-score game. And at this point in the 4th quarter, I think they'd feel pretty good about their chances of holding on.
The extra point, up and good. And the Ravens are going to open up the lead to 8. After the touchdown to send this one away. On the return, this is strong. A good return as he takes it across the 30. The Bills offense ready to get back at it. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. In motion, Shakir. And he's not going to get too far. Tackled after a gain of just a yard. From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd and 8.
At the 32-yard line.
They go play action now. Here's Allen. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down.
A 2-yard pickup brings up 3rd and 6.
Operating out of the gun, here comes Allen. He'll try to run for it. And he's going to be taken down on the other side of the 50-yard line. 20-yard pickup there. 1st down, Buffalo.
The defensive line has to do a better job of contain rushing, especially on 3rd down, Mike. You can't rush one-on-one. You have to rush as a unit. Keep the quarterback in the pocket. And when you let him get loose, this is what's going to happen.
And the struggles continue. He's dropped behind the line again.
Some defensive ends specialize in getting after the quarterback. Some defensive ends specialize in run game. This guy can really make an impact on both, as we saw here for that tackle for loss.
Throwing on 2nd down. It's Allen. He'll find his running back, Cooks. And he's going to get out of bounds with the 1st down. Double as good there. They get the 1st down and save a timeout. Allen going to give it to Cook. And the woes in the running game continue. They're going to subtract yards there. A loss on the play.
This play here, Mike, is just all about the get-off of the defensive line. Watch how fast they go when that ball is snapped. Nowhere for this running back except to go down for a loss.
That one's complete. It's Ray Davis. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 7.
Play action now, and here's Allen. In trouble, and he's going to be taken down. Roderick Washington taking him down for the 1st sack of this new campaign.
I see a lot of tired legs out there on both sides of the field, Mike. Looks like this pass rush has found a little bit of a second wind. They come away with a big-time sack, and it brings up 4th down.
So now it's Tyler Bass on in a big spot. This to get the deficit down inside of a touchdown. This one has plenty of leg. And it is good. Well, every bit helps as they draw just a little bit closer.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
He'll get across the 20, mark him down at the 23-yard line. So here's the Baltimore offense getting set for their next drive. We'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground with Henry. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground. And the big night continues. That last run gives him yardage to put him over 100 for the game. Give up the middle for Mitchell. And he's going to be taken down right at midfield. They gain 18 yards on that one. Good for a Raven 1st down.
Fourth quarter, you find yourself protecting a one-possession lead. It's a fine line, Mike, between do I keep the ball on the ground, continue to work the clock, or stay aggressive, try to extend this lead to a multiple possession game. That's the balance this play caller is dealing with right now. I'd like to see that running back be a little bit more decisive with his cut, Mike. You can see he was a little hesitant, and once you're late making that decision, you just kind of get strong laterally. Great job there by the defense, and he has no choice but to take that loss.
Open man, that's Bateman downfield. And he is out of bounds at the 31-yard line. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Back to throw, Jackson. This throw right is taken in by Fowler. And he's close to another 1st down as he's brought down just shy of the marker.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 23-yard line.
They'll run to the man from Marshall, Rashid Ali. Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line. It's a gain of 10 yards. 1st down, Baltimore.
You know, there's all this talk, Mike, about the value of the run game in today's NFL. You know when the run game matters? It matters right now. 4th quarter, you've got the lead. Can you lean on your running back and offensive line to close this game out?
And he is crushed in the backfield. Defenders firing through. Shut it down right away for a loss of yards.
He's brought down back at the 16-yard line.
So, 2 minutes to play here in the 2nd half. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. On the ground, here's Henry. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And that's it. So, right out of the 2-minute break, we get a timeout used by the defense with 1:56 to go. Good drive now faces a tough conversion. It is 3rd and long. And that is incomplete.
Just a couple plays ago, Mike, it felt like a touchdown was kind of inevitable. They were doing everything they wanted as they marched the length of the field, and then as they got down here close to the red zone and that field condenses, they started getting sloppy in their execution. Now, what do they do on 4th down? Did they try to keep their offense out there and extend the drive, or do they settle for 3? And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. On the return, this is strong. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. The Bills offense ready to take over once more. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. And he'll take this forward for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
They went to the design quarterback run, and there just wasn't a lot of space for the quarterback to operate. You could see him kind of waiting for some of the blocks to develop. Never transpired. Didn't get a whole lot going. Short game.
They'll drop to throw. And he'll just bite the bullet and throw this one away. That was a good idea. Didn't force anything there. But now it's going to bring up 3rd down.
8 yards to go.
From the gun, Josh Allen. He connects with Palmer on that one. Nice job there defensively to keep him in front of the marker. It's going to bring up 4th down.
It's 4th down.
They'll try and throw for it with Allen. I had to take a chance on 4th down, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander.
And with time not on their side, they're trying to push the ball, generate some sort of chunk play by throwing the ball over the top of the defense. It's going to end up being a little bit too predictable. The defense is able to take the ball away, and barring something crazy happening, puts them in a prime position to close this one out.
John Harbaugh there, the Super Bowl winning coach of the Ravens, as his guys get ready for their next possession. And still 2 timeouts left for the defense, but no real need to use them. They're not going to be able to stop the clock after that. Jackson out of the pistol. That is caught. It is Hopkins. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40. Now a timeout, Buffalo. They're 2nd. And it comes with exactly 1 minute left in the game. So from the 39, they come up on 1st and 10. Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee. 2nd and 11. Only 1 timeout remaining for the defense as they take a knee. So it is a win here for the visitors, the Ravens. A move to 1-0, getting the victory to begin the new campaign. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say good night from Buffalo.